best pieces of advice for print-on-demand sellers is you want to always be working ahead. My rule of thumb is generally going to be about 2 months ahead, but if you start working on designs, especially for some big holidays, 3 months in advance, you're going to be perfect too. So with it being August right now, the earliest types of holidays we want to be looking at is going to be October, but we can even venture into November since it is mid-August right now. So let's go down to October. Now, the holidays that we have coming up for here, the big ones definitely are going to be Halloween. I have a whole video right here on cross-niching other niches with Halloween. That is a really fun video. But there's lots of other holidays and national days too. But let's take a look at November and see what we can start working on to cross-niche with some of these November holidays. So we have All Saints Day, Dia de los Muertos, we have All Souls Day. General elections are coming up in November, especially for next year. This is a really great thing to start preparing for. Veterans Day, Caregiver Appreciation Day. Thanksgiving Day is definitely going to be a big one. We have Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. All right, so to show you how this is going to work, we're going to pick a few different categories and cross them. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take Halloween is a big seller for me. This is a great niche to start getting into if you're new to see a lot of traction. So I am going to take the holiday of Halloween and I want to cross it with something either like a hobby or I'm thinking maybe even a dog breed. So let's go on our guide down to both of those. So this is careers right here. We might come back to that, family relationships, and pet types. So let's look at these dog breeds and think about one we could cross with Halloween. So poodles could be a really fun one. Bulldogs, beagles could be really fun. Dachshunds. You know what? I think I'm going to cross Halloween with a dachshund. Maybe we can make some really fun Halloween designs with like a dachshund, either dressed up in a cute Halloween outfit, maybe with some pumpkins. So now that we have that idea, we are taking two categories that sell really, really well. Dog owners, they love to buy items that are all about their dog or their dog breed. And so if we can make Halloween designs specifically for a certain dog type owner, those can do really, really well. So let's head over to our design suite and start thinking about what kind of design we can create for this Halloween and dachshund design. All right, so I am over on Kittle, which is typically my design suite of choice just because they have so many really fun templates. There's honestly some awesome ones for Halloween right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up Halloween just to see if there's something we can get started with. All right, so there are some fun groovy ones right here. I love those ghosts right there. There's this skeleton dancing one. Just some really fun different designs. And after looking for a minute, I think that I want to go with this design. So kind of having the cat on there gave me a good idea that we could use a dachshund there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just delete this cat right there. And now sometimes it's tricky for these hyper specific things to find the exact pre-made graphics that you need. So that is where AI is going to be super powerful for using a tool like this. So I'm actually going to go over to Kittle's AI feature right here, and I'm going to start describing the type of image that I want to see for this Halloween dachshund design. All right, so I just went ahead and looked up the dachshund wearing a witch hat for Halloween, and then I'm going to pick this kawaii style. Now, if that doesn't work, we can try a few different options and try to come up with something really great. All right, so this is what it came up with initially, which is super cute. Now, I'm going to show you a few of the things that I like to do when I do get this AI artwork. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that background just so we have the image to work with. And now I am going to go down to the image vectorizer, which this is going to allow me to actually change the different colors of this design. So I'm going to pick that I want this to have maybe 5 different colors, and I'm going to push vectorize the image. All right, so now we can go over here and we can actually change the colors a little bit. So what I might do is I like some of this purple and orange kind of darker colors that this has. So instead of this really bright purple, I might change this to be that darker purple. So I'm going to pick the dropper here, change that, and then I'm just going to change the puppy's orange color to be this one here so it matches. And then let's see if we like maybe white for that here. And then this is already looking super cute, and we made this super fast and easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and send that to the back. And then I'm just going to move around some of these elements until I'm happy with how it looks. All right, and I'm just to match this a little bit more, I'm going to add a border to this. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and resize this to take up more of the canvas. All right, and then once we're happy, we're just going to go over to our downloads here. And then I like to change this to pixels. And then typically I want to make sure that it's at least 4,500 in width. And then I'm going to remove the background here. And as long as it's enough pixels for your platform, you don't have to worry about changing the DPI. All right, now that our design is complete, we can take it to Printify to upload to our Etsy shop. So we are just going to go to the shirt we're going to use and click Start Designing. Now all we have to do is drag and drop our downloaded artwork right here. And then we can select the other colors that we would prefer to have this on. So I really like the sand color. And then we can preview what that's going to look like on the actual mock-up. Super cute. All right, so now that we've picked out one of our first niches, we're going to go back over to my guide and we're going to look for some other ideas of what we could start making. All right, so we are back on the holidays, and you don't always have to pick a holiday and cross it with something else. You could do something like cross a dog breed with a career or a hobby with a family relationship. But this is just a really great one. Holidays sell really, really well. So I like to get a lot of inspiration by crossing a different holiday with some other sub niche. So let's look at some of the other days that we have coming up here in the next few months. So if we are looking past October and into November, definitely the big ones that stand out are going to be like Thanksgiving, which that is a great niche to target. So many Thanksgiving Day designs sell, which this often seems to be like an overlooked holiday. People really go for designs for Halloween and for Christmas, but there is a sweet spot right in the middle there where you can make a lot of money selling Thanksgiving designs. But I'm going to go with a little bit of a smaller celebrated day. So that is going to be Small Business Saturday. I see so many small business owners promoting this all the time. It seems like it's getting even bigger, which I think that is great, especially if you are a print-on-demand seller. You're technically a small business owner yourself. So this is just a great thing to remember after everyone is doing their Black Friday shopping, spending a lot of money at these big box stores. So that is going to be my category. I'm going to put a little check on that. In fact, I'm actually going to put a little check here. So let's do Small Business Saturday. So we check that. This is basically how you would use it on your computer too. And then now let's look and see what we can do in terms of something to cross it with. So since it's small business, I'm probably not going to cross it with career, but you know what a good one might be is these family relationships. So that is kind of confusing when I said family relations, but what I just mean is like those names that we call our family members, or just the types of family members. So think aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad. And another thing I love to pay attention to is while you might have so many different designs that have maybe the word mom or mama in them, sometimes by using these more uncommon names, there's a little bit more demand because they can't find these, especially when we get to the grandparent name. So a lot of designs say grandma, grandpa, but there are so many kids that call their grandparents more unique names. So I always like to make versions of my shirts that have kind of these more unique grandparent names like Papa or Gigi, something like that. So I think what I want to do is I want to cross one of the mom names with maybe being a small business owner. There's a lot of